Hey yo, what's up, what's up? It's your girl D.
And it's your girl M.
Slide up in those DMs. Welcome back to Too Many Damn Letters. This is episode 11. That's right, baby. You can see us now. We on camera. We live, man. We live. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is our first episode in video. If you're here on YouTube, I shared episodes 1 through 10. They're only audio, but they should be up there. Otherwise, check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of that good shit. Well, so you can just listen to us or see our pretty ass faces. Come to YouTube. Potentially OnlyFans. We never know. You never know here. Okay, so let's get into this. Letter of the day is D. D as in Deke. It's your girl D. D as in D's nuts.
Ma'am.
Or plastic nuts, I guess.
Yeah. Non-existent nuts.
Non-existent. We're proud of it, though. We're proud.
She's got her tree nuts, cashews.
Hell yeah, pistachios. Only not to put in my fucking mouth. Pistachios.
Yes.
And D as in Dave fucking Chappelle. Okay? Because we have a lot to say about it. Because we just saw his fucking Netflix special. We watched it over the weekend. And we have a lot of thoughts. Because we've seen all the backlash and shit that he's been getting. And it's been quite a fucking big.
Yeah. We watched it after seeing all the backlash. So it's kind of like, I went in anticipating something way worse.
For sure.
Than what actually
was
shown.
I guess disclaimer, we're not kind of with the community on this one, I guess.
We're going against the grain.
We're going against the grain. Don't cancel us. We try to cancel us. We ain't gonna give a fuck. But pretty much, it's because I feel like what happened, my personal opinion, is a lot of people who talk shit about it or saying cancel Dave Chappelle, I feel like a lot of people who are saying that never watched the fucking thing to begin with.
Yeah, I feel like they saw the quick couple minute clips.
Yeah, because I've heard other people like, yeah, I'm not watching that shit. I just heard what happened. I read it in an article. So you didn't watch it?
Yeah, because, the thing is, they were calling Dave Chappelle transphobic. Which this is not the first time he's called himself transphobic. Like,
he has 3 specials just talking about, or even 4 talking about the trans community,
or not even trans specifically, but just the letter community as he calls us.
I would say my favorite joke from him was with the car ride, explaining all the letters and shit. That was, to me, was one of the funniest jokes he had. I fucking laughed at that. I thought that was very hilarious. I really did.
I felt like it was clever.
It was. I thought it was fucking great. And all the memes that went with it, like that meme of fucking, from The Simpsons, where, Homer's all happy and shit, and, the rest of the family, they're all fucking pissed at him. I thought it was great. But a lot of people, I feel like they didn't see the shit. I know people who said that they didn't see it, but disagree with them. You didn't watch it? Yeah. It's clear y'all didn't watch it. In my opinion, it's clearly not y'all entirely. I'm generalizing here. But I feel like a lot of people didn't watch it. You could tell. Because within 5 minutes out of the fucking special, though, he was over here talking about, touch, the church and all of that.
We were 5 minutes in, and I was like, so they weren't outraged about any of this, he said.
Right.
And he said some fucked up shit in the beginning, too.
He really, some very...
out of pocket.
Very dark. You have, a serious dark humor. I have dark humor, right?
Yeah.
And so you have, a very... You have a fucked up individual, I guess, to laugh at the shit he said at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I'm like... No one said shit about that.
Everyone in the audience was laughing about that. What tripped me up though the whole time we're watching is the 2 ladies in the middle of it.
The younger one, her grandma, the white people.
I don't know who they were, but there's 2 white people, 2 white women we're assuming they're white, but they're dead center in the front row.
I loved it. Cause it's
they're just as soon as he starts all of his gay jokes, they're just dead silent.
It was
dead face.
Chill. It was just yeah.
But everything else before those jokes, they were laughing.
Yeah, and I think for one thing, I would say my opinion with it is that he said so much fucking shit in that special. I will say a lot of it was geared towards the letter community. Half of it was geared, at minimum, to the community. But I fucking feel like he said so much fucking shit, or even shit he said was fucking valid in my opinion.
Yeah.
Where it's calling the cops or whatever, for example.
Yeah.
We would have, for those of you who haven't seen, our beautiful faces yet, we're some chocolate, some chocolate ladies here. You know what I mean? And I'm not about to sit there and call the cops or that kind of shit, because I wouldn't feel comfortable doing it. I know.
The best thing that I really, like, I felt like struck home, the fact that it's not a problem about you being gay is more so a problem of weaponizing your oppression.
Yeah, for sure.
In a sense, is when he stated, like, everyone's gay until they need to call the cops.
Yeah.
Is pretty much what he said. And so it's kind of like pulling out your privilege card when it's convenient for you, but harping on why you're oppressed when it's also convenient for you. And I definitely feel like that struck a chord in a lot of gay folks' hearts, because it's like, we do that. It's a thing that we do, like, and I'm generalizing we as like the letter community,
the letter mafia in this bitch.
Yeah, it's like we do that. Like, we're gay when it's convenient for us on a grand scale, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, some people are in like they're in a environment where they can't really show that they're gay. So I'm like, I really do agree with what he was saying with that.
I don't know. For me, I can't relate. I'm gay as fuck. I can't relate.
I mean, no, I'm out and proud, but I'm like, I could understand and empathize with why you would be that way.
For me, can we? And this isn't just for like the lighter community, gay people. This is for everybody. Can we stop playing the oppression Olympics, please? I'm sick of it. I'm sick of playing who's more oppressed. I'm tired of that. I really fucking am. And I think one of the things he was saying, because, like, my people suffer, my people this, my people that. Like, you're telling a black man, my people suffer. You're telling a black man that?
Yeah.
Wild shit.
And it's, like, not to play, like, oppression Olympics, but come on.
It's like... Come on. For me, the issue is so much, we understand, like, oh, yeah, you suffer, I suffer, you know? Like, we all suffer different ways, whatever. But you're like, I suffer more than you. My suffering, you don't know shit about suffering because I suffer more. Like, that kind of shit I can't fuck with.
Yeah, it's like, it's not to say, like, all lives matter, but, like, low-key, it's like, in a way. God.
All lives matter.
Because it's like, what's irritating is when it's like, you have that Karen of the gay community comes up.
It's like, is it bad, like, low key, it sounds very fucked up, but in a way, maybe it can be seen that the trans people in the community are the Karens of the letter community.
Low key,
like, not to speak to your manager, like, that's them.
Yeah, and it's like, it's become like this whole problem. Like, another thing that he pointed out was, you want to be the same but different at the same time. Yeah,
it was like, I thought it was, I thought there was, I forgot who I was listening to, and I thought it was very interesting because of, it's weird because they like equality shit like that, where you'll see people like, oh, well, you know, I'm a trans woman. I'm like, cool, okay, that's what's up. But then you're over here trying to quote unquote expose men for being with trans women. It's like, how are you exposing someone? If you're a woman, right? How are you exposing?
Yeah, it's like, why is that exposing him? And it's like, that was a thing that I feel like a lot of people had a problem with him saying, is like, trying to play on the genitals issue. Yeah. But it's like, he's just pointing out what genuinely happens. Like, you get mad at a dude that you're fucking with, and now you out him because you're trans. But it's like, that's not cool.
How are you outing someone?
How are you outing them? But you're a woman. Like, you wouldn't be outing him.
I feel like, especially because it was just like National Coming Out Day. Like, it's really fucked up if you push someone out the closet. Like, it's already hard not to come out the fucking closet, and you just to push someone out because you're bitter or whatever the fuck. You're trying to get some money, get a bag. That's fucked. And not even that's anyone. Yeah. Anyone. That's fucked up. That's super fucked up.
It's just as terrible to out someone just because you are out, as much as it is for someone who is not necessarily in the community to out you as well.
It's super fucked
up.
Both
are just as fucked up.
I hope people don't do that. If you do, suck on a dick. I don't know. If you're into that, suck on a clit. You know, I'm dead. You know, I don't know. But yeah, I think that's super fucked up. And I plays like, at the same time though, I play devil's advocate. I can feel for like the trans people, like trans women, trans men. I fucking feel. Because it must fucking suck. Because it's like, y'all get it the most. Yeah. Like, y'all are like the most hated. I'm not gonna say that I'm like, ours is like, no, I understand. Like, we're like, oh, like, I'm a lesbian. Oh, okay, cool. You're a gay man.
I can get over
I get
that.
You're bisexual man. A bisexual man? No, you're just gay.
Yeah.
No, you take up the ass, you suck dick. No, you're just gay.
But then you have someone who's a trans person, and people are like,
fucking
confused. They're like, no.
Yeah, because it's like we get enough fucking questions as is. So who's the man? Who's the fork? Who's the spoon? All this other fucking bullshit. So I couldn't even imagine what trans people go through in that fucking shit. That shit must be fucking annoying to deal with. So how's it work? Is it? But I will say that the impossible pussy. I think that was like that was a really fucking funny joke.
It was. It kind of was. Yeah.
That was hilarious. I mean,
it caught me off guard. Yeah. He got me.
That was great. I think a lot of times too, in my opinion, is just that. It's like, how the fuck a culture, a generation, like people like my age, we grew up like on Robot Chicken, South Park, Family Guy, all this fucking shit, and we are this sensitive.
I don't feel like it's a sensitive thing. I think that people take offense to anything that could remotely be talking badly about them. I feel like it's not so much that we're sensitive, it's that like we're in an age where everyone has to feel accepted. At all times. There's no one who can be like in disagreement to you.
Easily offended.
Yeah. We're easily offended by things that aren't necessarily offensive outright. Like if you actually take a moment, step back, breathe, and actually listen to what someone's saying to you, like, you probably wouldn't be as offended as you are.
It's a fucking joke, because one thing too, he was going in on lesbians, and I haven't heard shit about that.
Yeah,
he did.
He went on lesbians. He went on gay men.
I was like, okay, Clifford, like he went on something different, and that's another thing too. I was like, he said so much fucking shit in this one special alone.
Yeah,
and not shit.
He even and it was crazy to me because he literally said like halfway through, he was like, I don't have a trans problem. I have a white people problem. And I was like, I haven't heard shit about that. No one said
anything.
I'm like, you would think that that's something that people would be outraged by.
Because God forbid, if it was reversed, if Dave Chappelle was white, for example, he says, I have a problem with trans, I have a problem with black people. Oh, outrage. Yeah. Outrage. And that's what I don't like either. I don't like the fact that it's like he can say that and nothing. Like nothing. Like it's just like nothing. All the shit he said, nothing. But the trans one, that's way too far. You're pushing it.
Yeah.
All the shit he fucking said in that special.
He literally said so much.
And that's why I'm just like, as I said in the beginning, that's why a lot of people don't probably watch this shit. He said a lot of fucked up, seriously dark humor. And or I saw Netflix, I guess they made a statement saying they're not gonna take it down. Like, take it down, cancel it. People like, I know like one of the creators from Dear White People's like, take it down. Netflix was like, nope. Nope. Why the fuck would they? Nope.
Yeah. Because it's like, honestly, the problem is that I feel like a lot of people got a hold of this clip of him talking about that. One, out of context. Two, they've never watched any of his other Netflix specials.
Seriously.
It's not like this is the first time he's made these comments.
Oh, no. Yeah.
He's made these comments on every Netflix special that he's had. And even before that, he was making, when he still had his Dave Chappelle show, he was making jokes like this. So it's not new of content for Dave Chappelle. So it baffles me that people are now outraged.
Yeah, it's really fucking interesting. I think I saw something. They're like, yeah, it's just the day and age. He's corny. We don't need comedians like him. My thought is, what comedians are out there like that? That's my random ass thought. But like, it's just going back to like, bro, all the fucking shit he said. Or another one that people got pissed off about. I remember about the whole baby. People got pissed off about the baby joke. I thought it was hilarious too. I mean, his joke, I can kind of see that one.
Yeah.
Because of the fact that he's like, well, the baby shot and killed someone in Walmart in South Carolina. I think it's like North Carolina, South Carolina, and got away with it. No one said shit. His career is fine. Yeah. He said something about like AIDS, or HIV. Outrage. I will say that one I can see. Cause I know the whole point was a joke, but however, the baby did that in self-defense. Yeah. Like, he didn't just kill the person for no reason. Like, it was a self-defense, and then that's why he never got in trouble for that.
Yeah.
Because they had on camera like, literal self-defense and all that kind of shit.
Mm.
But even still then, there's a lot of people do a lot of fucked up shit, but if you do something to like the, I guess what I'm taking it now, if you do something like the black people or you do something to the gay people, like cancel.
Yeah, immediately.
Cancel.
And it has to be a certain level of those communities. Like if it's anything trans related, if it's anything like black woman related or like black masculinity related, it's like so it's like a specific niche, because you can talk shit about black people all day, but when you say a certain string of words
you got your
about a certain topic,
you got your word salad up in that bitch.
Yeah, now all of a sudden you're dinged for everything. And it's like also the same thing with like the fat community too. Like if you say a certain string of words in response, you're like canceled.
I think that's different. I think no matter what, people think fat people are funny. I think no matter what you say, look what shit Lizzo fucking gets. Lizzo gets a lot of fucking. But no,
I'm saying like people saying shit against fat people.
Like what do you mean?
Like making like derogatory remarks. Like for example, that YouTuber that you watched who had like the snake juice or whatever, he doesn't make that content anymore as much because it's not like acceptable. Like people get like all this shit for it. It's like every community has that one thing that you can say that you're canceled. You're canceled. We're not fucking with you anymore.
I think
but the biggest ones I would say is like the gay community.
But then he even brought it up. He's like I'm more so jealous because I'm like the black community. We can't get our shit together.
Everybody has their own motives, baby. We can't
get their fucking.
We can't get on the same page.
That could be a whole different topic for a different day. The black community, what the fuck?
But yeah, I did like that comment too, where he was like, you know, I'm jealous of how quick the gay community gets
on it.
Their results.
Fucking on it, people. Proud. Y'all like this shit, by the way? Let us know if you like this shit. We're gonna do more with the background. It's not just like this tapestry. We're doing some more shit with this. Oh shit, my bad.
It's in debate.
Yeah, but no, for real though. I feel like the outrage. I understand how it gives. I feel like people just want to be mad for no reason. Cancel culture is not a real fucking thing, people. Okay, cancel culture is not real. You getting outraged about Dave Chappelle, and then you're going on YouTube and watching the clips. Take out of context. We said you didn't watch the whole thing. You're watching this fucking clip. You're disliking it, commenting how much you hate it. That's helping. That's helping. That's how this shit works. You commenting, you liking their shit, you're helping that person you're trying to cancel.
Exactly. And that's also why Netflix is probably not going to take it down, because it's like people are watching it. It's trending. People are talking about it.
Yeah. Or even a person, because he talked about too, was the person who was his friend who was trans, and she stuck out for him, and then she took her life, you know.
I feel like people were probably outraged by that comment as well, of how he ended that.
Yeah.
Because he said a comment in the special that if he ever met this trans woman's child, he'd say that your father was the most beautiful woman or the
most wonderful woman. Yeah, like I met I knew your father, and he's like the most wonderful woman. It was something like that, and that's like he like ended it. Yeah. Yeah,
and I feel like people were upset. They started saying that he was misgendering someone, and it's like I understand the outrage, but it's also like you don't know, you don't know what that and the thing is, like, you will never know what that relationship was with that particular person with Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, because I think the like her family came out like recently and like was supporting Dave Chappelle. It was like they were like really good friends, supportive. She would have loved that joke.
And people were still outraged.
My also thought is all this quote unquote outraged. Honestly, real shit. This must be on Twitter, and I don't be on Twitter like that because it's like everywhere else I see everybody's all for it. I'm like, is it like 100 people against it?
I feel like it depends on like
depends on where you go. I guess.
Yeah, because I feel like on Twitter definitely it was like a whole thing.
Yeah, because I don't be on Twitter like that, but follow us at TMDL_podcast. Maybe you'll start posting some shit up on there, getting on Twitter, because I haven't been on Twitter for fucking long. I know all the bullshit happens on Twitter.
Like, if you know any ins and outs of Twitter, let us know.
I know all the gays on drama is on Twitter and shit like that. I guess I'm a boring ass person. I'm on Facebook, but just with my friends and shit.
She said Facebook.
Facebook. I see all my memes on Facebook.
No, but Facebook is honestly kind of underrated.
It is. Y'all need to stop shitting on Facebook, okay?
As far as like memes and like shit posting goes.
Stop shitting. Like, I'm the ultimate shit poster on Facebook. Stop shitting on Facebook, okay? But like cause my guess is like in the corner. Maybe it's like, cause I think all this shit too. Maybe you're in the drama sphere, the entertainment sphere, or the gay sphere. It's like outrage. But in like regular ass people, it's like, okay.
Yeah, they just shrug it off.
And besides, he already got fucking paid. How are you gonna cancel that nigga got paid already? He already got paid like his $20 million. Like, what are we doing? You can't. He already got paid.
Yeah.
They can't just like, void, you know.
Never mind. You're getting bad publicity.
We need our money back. You know, I'm sure Netflix saw that shit. They're like, ooh, it's gonna cost some shit. Do it. Do it.
Double down.
Stir the fucking pot. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's rate these views.
And what was funny is that he started the whole thing saying it was his last Netflix special.
Right,
he's like, I'm not gonna do another one of these. I'm never gonna talk about this again.
He already knew what the fuck was up.
He knew it was gonna be outrage.
His whole point of his special was like, I'm saying how the fuck I feel.
Yeah.
So,
and the crazy thing is, like, ever since he started doing the Netflix specials, that's literally been his thing. He's like, I'm just gonna say what I want to say.
Yeah.
And I know I'm gonna get canceled.
And see, another thing too, which is why I know a lot of people didn't fucking watch it. If you watch it, don't take this personal. If you did it, I guess the shoe fucking fits. You know, getting all triggered. But it's like, he talked about the Me Too movement again on this one. And I remember the first time he mentioned the Me Too movement, it was outrage. That one, I do know. It was outrage with the Me Too. How dare you criticize and say it? But then he was like, y'all didn't do that shit right. He mentioned it again. Y'all didn't do it the fuck right.
Yeah.
He's like, I fucking left. I saw some fuck shit happening. I didn't want to do this. I fucking turned down $50 million.
Yep.
I remember I was like, can't remember that shit. I'm like, there's no more Chappelle show? What?
So confused. Like, but I like
he's going to Africa. Like, what? We're being a kid confused as fuck. I was like, I like this show. We used to always watch the Chappelle show and shit. And so then I feel like that shit, I mean, it's like, do y'all think he had a point? Do you think he had a point with that? Like, they did it wrong?
I do agree. Because it's like, I understand the protest, but it's like you're not protesting at the right places.
Pretty much.
And that's pretty much what he was saying, too. It's like, you protesting at, like, Jenny Craig's or something is not going to get you the results that you're looking for. Yes,
it's kind of like how, you know, AOC went to the Met Gala and shit. Like, tax the rich. Okay, but you're partying with them and shit like that.
It's like the dress didn't really do much.
It cost $30,000 to get in. Weird, but okay. Yeah. It's like that, or how else,
it's the performative.
How best example I can give. When you're working like a bullshit job, like, you know what? To celebrate you guys, we're gonna give you a pizza party.
Oh, that should be pissing me off.
Bitch,
I do not want pizza.
Give me money.
I'm not. First of all, I am not a kindergartner class.
Yeah,
I want
that shit.
Money. I am an adult. I got shit I want to spend my money on, not pizza.
If I had to explain, that's how I was like, damn, you got real passionate about that one.
I did, because it's
you
like...
You felt some kind of way on
they
that
always do that shit. I'm like, damn, why would you do a pizza party?
You felt
And they always
passionate.
get, like, the worst pizza, too. It's, like, some fucking CC...
Got Pizza Hut.
No shit on CC's, but, like, it'd be some CC's, like, it took them 4 hours to pull up. It's all cold.
They went to fucking
thin crust.
Nah, it was like fucking Walmart.
They got
and
you
shit
the
like
spinach
that.
cheese.
Ew,
bitch,
no.
what the fuck is this?
Yeah, give me some Papa John's in this bitch or something.
I want the cheese crust.
Please, over here like.
Do you not see these rolls?
No options. Just
I'm thick.
Just like pepperoni and sausage.
And then they have the nerve to say one slice,
bitch. For my hard work, I get one slice for my hard work. So I guess that's a perfect example, like the Me Too movement. Like, we're not throwing a pizza party, make things better. It's like, bitch, they didn't do shit.
Yeah.
I'm still in this fucked up situation. They didn't do shit.
Yep.
I saw you see with the Me Too movement. It's kind of like impact versus intention.
Yeah.
It's like...
Because it's like you can have all the great intentions in the world, but you also need to be able to follow through to
There was no follow through on that shit. There really wasn't.
It was literally like, me too, me too. A couple of people got like a smack on the wrist. Yeah. And then it was like
cool.
All right, we're back to equal now. Yeah. And it's like, no, we're not, but okay, cool.
I'm saying, so that's why I'm just like, bro, like, y'all probably did not watch this shit. Watch it. My too, watch it. And what I do feel like what's kind of happening is that there's kind of a dialect happening. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a conversation.
A dialogue.
I try sounding bougie, guys. I can't speak for shit. English is not my strong suit.
You pulled out your vocab. You had your 4-letter words ready.
Dialect. I try. I fucking, what?
Ma'am.
She's the words one here.
You're the numbers. It's okay.
Yeah. My mouth isn't meant for English.
Clearly.
It's meant for other things.
Shut. But yes, like, I definitely feel like his special brought dialogue that could be helpful. And I feel like if you watch it, actually listen to what he's saying, it could be useful. And it could spark conversation with yourself as well as, like, whoever you might watch it with. Because he does have some good points, and even if you disagree with his points, it's still, like, it's good combo.
Yeah, and I do also want to say, if anyone who is a trans woman, trans man, if you disagree with us, like let us know. Because I say, we're not trans.
We don't know.
We're in the community, but we're not, like, in the community. You know, like,
we're in it, but it's like I'm not outraged by.
Well, I guess for me, take that back. I'm kind of just gay, but like that's it. Like I'm not actually in the community. I feel like I'll get like exiled from the community real quick. I'll like open my fucking mouth and go.
See yourself out.
Pretty much. That's how I feel.
The door.
Honestly, real shit. That's how I feel. So that's why I was like, it'd be really dope to have someone who's like trans. Is that bad to say?
Speak on the conversation.
Can I say trans? Is that bad? Or do I can say trans? Like, for example, is trans bad? Or can I say, like, is it trans man, trans woman? Can I just say trans? There's so many fucking, like, words and shit up in the community.
I know you're just gonna say there's so many words and leave it at that.
I know some of these words.
But no, definitely. What was the one that you said that you just heard, the new one?
Yo, I heard some new shit. It was like fucking reciprosexual.
What does that mean?
It was some shit. It's like a micro label of asexual, where you're only attracted to someone if you know they're attracted to you.
So you only have like reciprocated attraction.
Yeah, so like reciprocal, like sexual. Like, yeah. It's like some shit like that. And I'm just like, that sounds like a regular relationship with extra steps. I was like,
it sounds like
what?
This is gonna sound fucked up. I'd probably be like
it's gonna
hated
be fucked
for
up.
Saying this.
It's gonna be fucked up.
It sounds like a high schooler that never grew out of the high school relationship phase. Oh, and this is not me trying to be like funny or be rude, but it's like I don't think I've heard anyone else say something like that as an adult. And that just might be because I never heard it, but I'm like, I only like you if you like me. It's a little out of my knowledge realm.
I don't know. It's like fucking weird. Like real, like not weird. That sounds bad because I'm like, they're people, you know.
It's like you like what you like.
Yeah, it's not gonna. Okay, question: Is asexual people in the community?
Yeah.
Is that what A stands for?
I don't think so.
The fuck does A stand for?
I don't know. But I don't think that's what the A stands for. But asexual is in the community.
We're gonna do like a whole fucking episode. Like I'm calling it "How Gay Are You?" Where you gotta know your terminology and shit like that.
We're both failing.
I'm fucking failing mad.
I know the basics.
You know more than me because it's like I was like, so asexuals in the LGBTQIA. Did I say that right? Plus. Mm-hmm. Honestly, real shit. Anything after T, I get confused. That sounds very bad. It's the truth. I'm like, yo, what's with this? Like I've been saying in episode 1, y'all should just call us queer and kept us the fuck moving. What's with all these fucking letters? But
I agree because it's like it's a lot to kind of. It's a lot when everyone is so actively adamant about their sexuality.
Because I think what's happening is you'll have like 3 people who feel some way, and they're trying to make it like the norm. Yeah. Like, they're like, I want my own specific category. I can somewhat fall into this category, but that's not enough for me. I want my exact one. Yeah. And I feel like that's why we're having like so many terminologies or like anything, which in my mind is what's confusing the hetero world. Yeah. Is like, what the fuck is this? Like, what's happening this week? What are you guys doing this week?
I honestly feel like it's not so much that people don't feel comfortable with people being gay. I mean, of course, there still are people that are like that. Yeah. But I feel like a lot of it is just that they don't understand all the labels. I don't even understand all of the labels. And it's like, I mean, I don't have to understand them to respect them. Yeah. But it's definitely hard to keep track. And for everyone who's in the letter community, so they call it, everyone who's in the community to feel so adamantly appalled when someone doesn't understand or doesn't know, that you immediately will go to, well, you must be homophobic or something like that. Yeah. It's like that's fucked up, because it's not that I don't care about gay people or that I don't know. It's more so I just don't understand. Yeah. And you're so quick to be combative instead of educate. And then everybody's like, well, it's not my job to educate everyone. And it's like, well, who's going to do it? Yeah, like certain situation, the baby, no, that's on fucking him. Yeah, okay, like you're trans on. You don't know how HIV works or AIDS works. You don't know how none of that shit works. You think you just die in 2 weeks? What the fuck? What? First of all, sir,
that's year?
COVID. What year? That wasn't funny. I'm sorry. Why did I say that?
What'd you say? What'd you say?
I said, first of all, sir, that's COVID. It wasn't funny. I'm sorry.
Oh my god! See, it's that fucked up humor we have here.
You can cut that out.
No, that's staying in. The people need to know who you are.
Says you.
Hey, I will own my shit in a fucking heartbeat. I said I have a fucked up sense of humor. His first 5 minutes, I was.
But it was just like wild. He said 2 weeks from HIV or AIDS. I was like, sir. Yeah.
What? Like, not even like what? I keep saying, I'm like, year?
Are you confusing all of the diseases out here? Like, what is that?
What are you talking about? 2 weeks? Right? You said that shit is like, you better do your own fucking research.
You chose to be uneducated.
But if someone came up to me like, oh, like reciprosexual or whatever, I'm not sure I'm saying that right, but like reciprosexual, I'll be like, what the fuck does that mean? Because now I even have more questions. I'm like, that's a micro label of asexual. Because I've always thought of it, and I've only known asexual because of BoJack Horseman.
I'm dead. Get the door.
But Todd, that's how I've only known like asexual, because he's asexual, whereas like you don't like have sex, or like you're not like your attraction and all that. So then that's why I was confused when I heard that today. I was like, what, how is that a micro label if you're... I'm like, what is happening here?
Yeah, that was also my thoughts too. I was like, I wouldn't have thought it to be a micro label of asexual. I don't know what other it would be, but I never thought it would be... Like, I wouldn't have thought that to be asexual. I mean,
I heard the shit on TikTok, like, I don't fucking know. TikTok would just be saying shit out their ass. People will be doing...
They really do, so it could be a lie.
It could be, but if that's true, I'm even more confused. It's like... And I feel like... if we're confused, imagine, like, how hetero people are. I'm not saying, we have, like, say you have to educate them. But it's like, you have to understand where the confusion comes from, though. Like, we're fucking confused, I'm sure they're like, what the fuck is going on here?
Especially, like, people like to, like, out their parents or stuff for, like, not knowing things. It's
weird.
Like, that's weird to me.
I don't like that.
You can't be mad at your parents all the time because they just don't understand all of the labels.
It's like, I understand. I was back to like Dave Chappelle. I understand the ending. Like you said, the ending. I can understand that the whole misgender. I can understand, right? Yeah. Because like, for example, even if someone told me, they're like, I identify as they or a woman. It's like, yeah, I will call you whatever your pronouns is. What I will say is I don't like when you just say, if someone look like like a woman, and you call them a woman, but they identify as a man. Say you saw like a stud. It's a woman, but you said she. But that still would rather be called he. And they get fucking pissed off at you because you said she and not he. But it's like, I didn't fucking know that. Yeah. It would be different if I know now and I'm still purposely addressing you as she when your pronouns are he. or him, that's different. So, because I know people who have done that.
Yeah.
And that's me as wrong. I understand Dave Chappelle, because Dave Chappelle clearly knew that they identified as she, but he's saying he. So I understand that.
Yeah.
So that one, I said, I understand, because it's not just black and white. Oh, I agree with Chappelle, I don't. There's a lot of fucking gray in this bitch. Yeah. But like, that's one of the points I can definitely see how, because he kept addressing her as like a him.
Yeah.
I understand where that frustration could come from.
Yeah. And then too, it's like, I feel like, again, like, we're so quick to be combative because we think that someone is intentionally doing something. And it's like, yeah, there are times when people are just being assholes. But it's like, you also have to understand that it's not always that. Like, for example, based off your name, people call you he all the time.
What's up? What's up?
We literally got a call from our insurance agency, and they called you Mr. Walton.
I'm Mr. Walton, bro.
I'm dead.
Mr. Walton. All the
and it's like, it's not
all the time.
It's not out of like malicious intent all the time. Sometimes it's just like people don't know, so they go with what their instincts tell them.
Yeah, because even like my voice on the phone, because most people probably tell I'm like a woman, but a lot of times or not a lot of times, there's also other times where I get called he a lot. And me, I'm like, I'm only talking to you for 5 more minutes. I don't give a fuck you're calling me he.
Yeah. My
pronouns are just she, and her. But I don't like correcting you, because that's just going to prolong this conversation that I don't want to have. So I'm going to keep even my name alone. Like, I get called Devon. Especially, like I don't like correcting you. That's a lot of fucking work. We're not friends. I'm not going to sit there and talk to you all the time. Call me Devon. I don't give a fuck. Yeah. It's Devin. Don't give a fuck. Call me Devon, though.
But then on the flip side, I also understand being trans. I can empathize with someone who is transgender, and you finally done all these self-work to get people in your life to call you your pronouns, call you your actual name and not your dead name, and for it to still not be reciprocated by a stranger. I can understand the frustration.
Yeah, and
I understand it, but it's also like not always out of malicious intent.
Because even the dead, I think perfect example is when we're talking about like Caitlyn Jenner, like dead names. Dead names are hard for me to get around. So I'm like, do I still say? Because like I felt off. I was like, what do I say? For example, Caitlyn Jenner when Caitlyn was Bruce. Yeah. Like, is that bad for me to say? Because they're dead. They were born Bruce. That was their name. They changed it to Caitlyn. Do I say Caitlyn from the 80s, or do I say when Caitlyn was Bruce? You know, like, is like, even so, I get confused. It's like, I'm not doing this to be malicious or anything like that at all. I generally I'm like, I don't know what to say.
And it's not that you're confused about Bruce. And it's like, to be clear, it's not that I'm confused about your current gender.
Yeah, no.
It's that I don't know how to address
past tense.
Yeah,
it's like past
without
tense.
offending you, because it's like, I can acknowledge that you are she.
Yes.
I acknowledge that you're she. For example, Caitlyn Jenner. But I'm like, when I talk about maybe when you were on the Kardashian show,
I used to watch that shit.
Whatever it may be, I'm like, am I still able to call you Bruce at that time? Or should I only call you Caitlyn going forward? It's like, I'm still going to address your pronouns as she.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want to dead name you if that's offensive to you. But the issue is that for everyone, it's not the same.
I'm blessed. My name is Devin. Just because if I ever went through with it with my 11-year-old ideas, if I ever went through with it, at least my name can still be Devin. Cause my name is unisex. So
yeah.
That
and then too, I feel like that's another disadvantage for a lot of young gay kids, is that there's so many things that you could potentially be, and to an extent, you kind of get sucked into choosing right away, and you feel like a fraud if you happen to feel differently down the line.
Yeah.
And it's like, we got to stop being so combative and so defensive about our labels, to where someone can't say, oh, I was a lesbian, but I realize I'm bi.
Yeah, because that's a big thing, too.
It's not that you're being an asshole and that you're trying to deceive people. It's like, you genuinely thought you were this at one point. Yeah. And then you grew up and you realized you weren't.
There's so many people I know who consider, like, lots of, especially men. I know a lot. I know quite a few men who identified growing up in high school or whatever as just gay. But then as I got older, it kind of got into bisexual. Then more so, I got into like pansexual.
Yeah.
That's not saying they're just switching gender or not switching their sexual orientation or anything like that at all. It's just like they're still kind of getting in tune of what they actually truly like. Cause because pan, a lot of people think bisexual and pansexual is the same thing. A lot of people don't even know what the fuck pan is. Or people tell people that are bisexual they're actually pan because
it's easier.
It's easier, yeah. So there's like so many of like those kind of factors. I will say though, I think the issue around, this is my personal opinion, around like transgender people, it's not even transgender people. I feel like it's, which is why I said I can understand the outrage of Dave Chappelle, because like, damn, this shit again, because it's like, I feel like it's like the media. They pick up on the biggest shit and just gets outraged, you know, because anything trans gets like nationwide attention, like the bathrooms, for example.
Yeah.
That shit gets like nationwide attention. Or when you see it a lot of times, like a trans woman in sports, that gets a lot of fucking attention.
Yeah.
It's that shit. And even though it's in very few people and all that, it's that shit that blows it the fuck up. That you start to have that shit. Like what I'm not sure they're called turf. Or shit, some shit like that, like the turf.
Yeah, they called I think J.K. Rowling a turf.
Yeah, like that kind of shit. So then it's like you start to get those people coming out because they see like the very few headlines of it. And I feel like that's why I said I can feel in that situation, because for us, like, yeah, I can say it's just a joke. It's easy for us to say, yeah, it's just a joke. We're not trans, you know, like we're gay.
We're not being personally talked about.
I still feel like, though, a lot of people who are outraged, my personal opinion, I see a lot of people who aren't even gay outraged. Like, it's always people outside of the fucking community who have an issue with it. Yeah. That bothers me, too. Like, you straight women out there outrage.
Because you had one gay cousin.
Yeah.
And it's like, I get it. You're an ally. But not everything deserves your outrage.
Or, yeah, because I'm sure there's actual people who are trans who are offended.
Yeah.
And people who are trans who aren't offended.
Yeah, and that's perfectly fine. Yeah. It's like, the problem is when it becomes like, it becomes more performative of the outrage. It's like, how dare he say that? Because I have XYZ cousins and friends and relatives, and I can back up my ally card. And it's like,
what?
Just calm down. Like,
yeah,
not everything deserves an outrage.
I mean, these days, that's what gets attention. You know, anything for clout, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just kind of how it is. And I feel like it's just those kind of things. Or you hear about, it's like the stories about someone who's like 8 years old and they're trans at 8. It's like those, I think it's like those kind of stories are what happening. Like somehow, for example, like the term Karen came about. Your name, like getting called a Karen is like a bad thing, you know?
Yeah.
That kind of, or having blue hair. Blue hair gets demonized now. Like you're a social justice warrior or something like that because you have blue hair.
Yeah. And it's like people take things to the extreme. It's like you take one person that fell into a certain demographic and every characteristic about them now gets misconstrued.
For sure.
And like, for example, the whole Karen thing, like people are calling people Karen after they provoked them. I'm like, that's not a Karen.
It's like,
provoked this person to this level.
I was like, I slapped you. And now you're trying to fight me back.
And now I'm recording.
Do you see this fucking Karen? How dare she? Like the Victoria's Secret shit or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, how dare you sit there and do that shit? How dare you? And I think that's like all, I guess all the young people on TikTok be doing that shit I saw last year. All the outrage. That dude killed his neighbor and shit like that over that stupid shit. It's like that shit. It's like, that's not a Karen shit. You're being a dick.
Yeah.
You're being an asshole.
And I feel like that's kind of, it's becoming a societal thing where we're like, oh, this is trending. People love to hate on things. Yeah. And so now we're like,
that's what's trending.
Yeah, that's what's trending is people shitting on stuff.
Oh, for sure.
So whatever it is that we're shitting on at that time, people are going to hop on it. It was Karen's last year during COVID. Now it's Dave Chappelle right now, or like anything that's like gay community or trans related.
And coming back to it, it's just interesting. I still can't get over it. It's just interesting how that's the thing we took out of it. All of the shit he has said, it was that one. No one mentioned anything about lesbians, anything about white people, anything about the church.
He said he had a rape joke in there.
Yeah.
He had incest joke, I believe. He had black jokes. He had lesbian jokes, gay jokes, disabled jokes.
Yeah, and it's like, we took
COVID
the trans
jokes.
One and ran with it, though. Yeah, he had his COVID, like, bitch, what you doing with the H's?
She came over with all H words. Hi, how are you doing this evening?
You know, he made fun of like poor white people a lot. Like, you know, talk about trans. It was just as much also poor white people. He made the jokes about Walmart.
Yeah,
like, somebody shopping at Walmart. It's a problem. It's a problem.
He talked about living in Ohio.
Yeah,
and like living around those white people.
Like with the dirt and shit like that.
He made like fucked up feminist jokes.
Yeah,
like he made a lot of fucked up jokes, and I'm like, of all the things he said, I honestly feel like the trans jokes were the lightest on that special.
Yeah, it's like...
And it's not to say that they weren't bad to an extent, but I'm saying in comparison...
Yeah.
To the other things he said.
That's my fucking thought with it. My thought was, it'd be different if it was like, fuck Dave Chappelle with everything he said.
Yeah.
Fucking dumbass, rude person. How dare he, shitty human being.
Yeah.
But all you hear is... Dave Chappelle is transphobic. It's like...
And he even called him... The crazy thing is that he was calling himself the transphobic comedian the whole time. Like,
yeah,
as satire. And then people ran with it.
It's like, what the fuck do you expect?
Yeah.
But do I think Dave Chappelle's getting canceled? Absolutely not. Like you said, cancel culture is not a fucking thing. Okay?
I'm like... We didn't even cancel R. Kelly. He's not about to get canceled. Let's be real.
Yo, I'm telling you now, he did not kill himself. I'm just saying, like, when his shit, because apparently he's trying to out everybody, he did not kill himself. You heard it here. So some shit happens to him like a month or two later he hung him, I don't know, in his cell. He did not kill himself.
Yeah.
He was murdered, okay? Let's throw that out there.
He spoke too much.
Let's throw that out there. And the whole
R. Kelly... He got caught.
The whole R. Kelly thing is just like, man... What he did was really fucked up, but like, y'all don't act like y'all didn't fucking know. That's one I can't stand that shit. Are we act like him and Aaliyah were never a thing?
Honestly,
y'all,
you're really gonna act like age ain't nothing but a number, didn't happen. You're really about to tell me this?
I think the best which by the way, Dave Chappelle did a whole skit on the R. Kelly, did a whole skit on it. Like, I will piss on you. Piss on you, I'll piss on you, I'll pee on you. Like, that was
a mess.
It was like, haters wanna hate, lovers wanna love. That was my shit. But I will say, I think who did it the best was the Boondocks.
Oh, 1,000%.
The Boondocks, that's like the first season, it was like episode 3, I think. That was, they portrayed it perfectly. Like, you know, so-called mountains of evidence, DNA, and like this whole fucking line of all his shit, of all the evidence. And then they just played his song in court, and everybody cheered and started dancing, and he was good to go.
Yeah.
And I think that's what literally happened. But now, because it's not relevant, now we're going to cancel him.
Right.
I don't want to say no shit, but let's say to Bill Cosby. Yep. I'm just saying, I feel the same way about him. I'm not saying what he did do or did not do. I'm just saying it's the same energy.
Yeah, the response to the evidence is the same energy.
Yeah, same energy. It's like, when they're not relevant no more, then you want to do that shit.
Yeah.
That's all I'm fucking saying.
Yep.
I'm not victim shaming, none of that at all. I'm just saying, the way this happened, like R. Kelly, everybody's been playing R. Kelly music. I was hearing R. Kelly a couple of years ago. They'll play, you know, bump and grind at clubs and all that. No issue. Of all places, the club, you know, but it's like, and no one said shit. They'll play them. Also, now I'm outraged. Don't act like you didn't fucking know. Yeah. You didn't you didn't read the book. I had that book. About his like sex trade, whatever the fuck he had going on. I read the book a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Before this shit really started coming out. Before he went like on trial and all that.
Me Too.
Exactly. So it's like, let's not sit here and act like no one fucking knew, okay?
Yeah.
And not like...
And the crazy thing is that it doesn't even take having those conversations about him. And like, you look at how many other celebrities talked about it. They're like, yeah, everybody knew.
But no one did shit. But now, if no one did shit in the late 90s, early 2000s, no one did shit. But now, you know, it's 20 Now he's going to jail now. It's 2021. Now he's in jail.
He's lived his life.
You know, like he's
done what he wanted.
Now that he's not relevant no more, now we're doing this. Where was his energy over a decade ago? 2 days ago? Where was his energy? That's all I'm saying here.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying here. But we're going to go ahead and wrap this one up here, right? Because
that's a whole other conversation.
Yeah, we can go down this rabbit hole because I have a lot to say about that shit. Like Chris Brown, for example, like... We can go down that rabbit fucking hole.
We're done.
We're done. It's fucking late. It's 9:30. My bedtime is almost here.
My bedtime has passed.
We get up
2 times over.
But real shit, let us know for real though if y'all like the background, like the video. Please leave a comment down below if you fucked with the video. Every fucking Wednesday for y'all new. Check us the fuck out. Follow us on every social media platform at TMDL_podcast. The gayest somewhat podcasting to listen to. We're gay, but we're not like we're gay, but we're not gay. Questionable. It's like we have this and shit to prove we're gay. This is my gay card back here, you know.
Yeah.
Like we're gay, but not in the gay community. But like, let us know, deadass. If you're someone who's trans, want to have this conversation, please let us know. We'll definitely have you.
We definitely want the insider scoop.
Yeah, we would love to have someone who's identifies as like a trans man, trans woman. We would definitely have someone here on the podcast to get your guys' insight for that. And also, please go ahead and cash app that $2.18 to TMDL Podcast. Because, listen, episode 3, we did not fucking forget. I don't care if I'm 50 years old, still talking about this shit. Fucking McDonald's. Fucking McDonald's on site. It's always a fucking McDonald's.
Always.
Fuck those cold-ass fries.
Fuck them.
That's all I gotta say about that. But it's been your girl, D.
And it's been your girl, M.
And we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.